Up.
I'm Julie Chen. Chaos in Gaza. Hamas fighters have taken over the Gaza Strip after days of deadly fighting with U.S.-backed Fatah. How will it impact the strategy for Mideast peace? We'll get the latest.
I'm Russ Mitchell. Locking up Libby. Louis Scooter Libby has lost his bid to stay out of jail as he appeals his conviction in the CIA leak case. We'll have a report.
I'm Maggie Rodriguez. Undersea mystery. Why did another rare whale shark die at the Georgia Aquarium? We'll have the story.
And I'm Dave Price in Greenwich, Connecticut. It's a little chilly here in the Northeast, but we're going to heat things up with some great music here on the waterways. All that and more early this Friday morning, June 15th, 2007.
From CBS News, this is The Early Show. Live from Fifth Avenue in New York City.
Good morning and welcome to The Early Show from Los Angeles. Harry and Hannah are off this morning, so Russ Mitchell is in New York along with Maggie Rodriguez from the Saturday Early Show. Good morning, guys.
Good morning,
Hi.
Julie. Coming up this morning, a tribute to Princess Diana from her sons. In a BBC interview, William and Harry said they think about their mom every day, 10 years after her death. We're going to hear more from the princes in just a few minutes.
Also ahead this morning, we're looking at the pros and cons of regular gas. Drivers who were told to use high-grade gas are now buying regular instead because it's cheaper. So what are the risks? We're going to talk to an expert.
But first up, I want to go back to Los Angeles and Julie Chen.
Thanks, Russ. Let's get right to our top story this morning, a Palestinian civil war. The fundamentalist group Hamas has taken control of the Gaza Strip after days of fighting, and there are fears the bloodshed could spread. CBS News correspondent Richard Roth is live in Tel Aviv, Israel, with the very latest. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Julie. Well, the Palestinian territories this morning are essentially split in two. The major population center in the West Bank is still led by a secular, if shaky, government, but Gaza is now fully in the hands of the Islamist group Hamas. Behind the calm and quiet of this picture of Gaza this morning, there's more than just the story of a shift in power. Street fighting climaxed with fighters from Hamas capturing the last strongholds of the Palestinians' Fatah movement. The American-backed government run by Fatah has collapsed in Gaza, just like the security headquarters Hamas leveled with a bomb. Hamas is calling it Gaza's liberation, and as one spokesman put it, the arrival of Islamic rule there. Fighters sacked government offices and looters carried off the spoils. Hamas now says it's determined to impose order. And with celebratory gunfire this morning, militants even promised to give amnesty to their captured enemies and release them. But there's been plenty of payback. Hamas TV broadcast the humiliation of captured Fatah holdouts. The brutality of street-side executions wasn't shown. The week's fighting has left 100 or so dead in Gaza and hospitals in chaos caring for the wounded. Medicine, food, and other relief supplies are blocked by closed border crossings, though Israel says it wants to avoid a humanitarian crisis. President Mahmoud Abbas, who's declared a state of emergency, says he'll form a new government, but his power only extends across the West Bank, where his Fatah loyalists are still in charge. The Hamas leader in Gaza, Ismail Haniyeh, says he has no plans to declare an independent state. But shunned by the West, with 1.5 million people now under Hamas rule, Gaza's more isolated than ever, and the Palestinians more divided. Right now, security and relief supplies are two urgent concerns. How will Fatah control its gunmen out for revenge against Hamas in the West Bank? And who'll be willing to deal with Hamas to get food and medicine into Gaza? Julie?
Richard Roth in Tel Aviv. Thanks, Richard. We want to find out what this could mean for the rest of the Middle East and for the United States. Middle East analyst Michael Oren is a CBS News consultant. Michael, with violent fighting going on in the Gaza Strip, where does this leave neighboring countries like Egypt, Jordan, Iran, and Syria?
Good morning from Jerusalem, Julie. A historic and horrific event in Gaza, the creation of a terrorist mini-state de facto on the Mediterranean with ramifications for the entire region. Of course, for the West Bank, where violence is liable to spin over, but also into Jordan, through Jordan into Iraq, where the insurgency will be emboldened by the Hamas victory, in Iran, which is among Hamas's principal backers in the region, and with really results for the entire region, particularly among the pro-Western Sunni Arab states in the Gulf, Saudi Arabia, other Gulf countries, are all going to be looking at what has occurred in Gaza with tremendous trepidation.
Well, what about the United States? What should the U.S. do? Because Secretary of State Condi Rice made a statement continuing support for Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas, but he's barely hanging on to his seat there.
Well, my guess is that Secretary of State Rice will be back in the region as quickly as possible, trying to expedite the peace process between Israel and al-Fatah, and Israel and Mahmoud Abbas, the president of the Palestinian Authority, in order to prove to those Palestinians who are not yet committed to either Hamas or to al-Fatah that the way to go is the way of peace, and only the United States and al-Fatah can bring that peace with Israel. But Secretary of Rice faces some formidable obstacles in her attempts to move that peace process forward. For example, she's going to try to convince the Israelis to remove some of the roadblocks that inhibit communication between Palestinian cities on the West Bank. But unless al-Fatah takes measures to crack down on terror, and terrorist bombers routinely go through those roadblocks, then Israelis are going to be very resistant to that pressure. If al-Fatah does not reform itself, and al-Fatah as an organization has received more foreign aid than any organization probably in history, more than the European states received in the Marshall Plan after World War II. Most of that money has found its way into private bank accounts of al-Fatah leaders. Then it'd be difficult for the United States to convince Palestinians to support a al-Fatah leadership that remains perceived as widely corrupt. I think that the American diplomatic future hangs very much in the balance, Julie.
Well, we will stay tuned to see if peace can be brought about hopefully soon. Michael Oren, thank you. Now let's get more news. Jeff Glor is standing by at the news desk in New York. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Julie. Good morning, everyone. New American casualties inside Iraq. The Pentagon says 5 more U.S. soldiers have died. That includes 3 who were killed by a bomb Thursday in northern Iraq. The Senate has revived immigration reform, which was off the table just last week. President Bush twisted a few arms, saying this bill is his top domestic priority.
People are being exploited as a result of a broken system, and this isn't right. We've got to summon the political courage to move forward on comprehensive reform. Doing nothing is not a solution.
The president got that bill moving by agreeing to spend billions right away to increase border security. NASA engineers are reporting mixed results today as they try to repair failing computers on the International Space Station. The problems could force an extension of the space shuttle's mission. Meanwhile, astronauts plan a spacewalk today to repair a damaged thermal blanket on Atlantis. A conviction in a civil rights case dating back to 1964. A jury in Mississippi on Thursday found James Ford Seal guilty of kidnapping and conspiracy. 2 young black men, Charles Eddie Moore and Henry D., were abducted, beaten, and drowned. Seal is said to be a member of the Ku Klux Klan. He faces life in prison. Time is running out for Louis Scooter Libby. He's been ordered to prison as he awaits his appeal in the CIA leak case. CBS News Justice Department correspondent Bob Orr reports.
Even before Louis Scooter Libby entered the courthouse, Vice President Cheney's former top aide knew his bid to remain free pending appeal was a long shot. Judge Reggie Walton was already inclined to send Libby to prison, and nothing that happened in court changed his mind. The judge ridiculed a defense argument from a dozen constitutional law experts, calling it not something I would expect from a first-year law student. Libby's lawyer said Special Prosecutor Patrick Fitzgerald didn't have the authority to bring charges against Libby in the first place, and that, they argued, was reason enough for Libby to remain free. But a skeptical Judge Walton saw no reason for leniency, lecturing Libby, everybody is accountable under the laws of the United States, no matter who you are. Now Libby faces 2.5 years in prison for lying and obstructing an investigation into who leaked the name of former CIA operative Valerie Plame. Libby will have to report to prison within 2 months as soon as the government finds a cell, unless an appeals court stays the sentence or the president steps in. The White House said President Bush feels sorry for the Libby family, but waved aside questions about a pardon.
What the president has said is, let the legal process work itself out. We're not talking about, we're just not engaging in that right now.
There was one surprise in court when the judge revealed he received a number of angry phone calls and threatening letters after the sentencing. He's saving them, he says, in case something happens. Bob Orr, CBS News, Washington.
Can you say dynasty? The NBA has a new but very familiar champion this morning. Spurs guard Tony Parker scored 24 points as San Antonio swept the Cavaliers 83-82, their fourth title in 9 years. Parker's the first European to be named Finals MVP. Next up for Parker, his wedding to actress Eva Longoria. Lucky man, we also have the Wheaties box here this morning, brand new, just out, with Tim Duncan on the cover, who I believe that Dave Price can still take one-on-one in a game. Dave is live in Greenwich, Connecticut this morning. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning to you, Jeff. A mean game of one-on-one, I'll tell you. We are in Fairfield County in Greenwich, Connecticut. A gorgeous scene this morning. And we are right in front of the Point Counterpoint at the Delamar Hotel. And this boat, if you will, this barge, is the home of the American Waterways Wind Orchestra. We'll talk more about that in just a little while. It's on its way to the International Festival of Arts and Ideas in New Haven. And we're going to have ourselves a concert for you in just a little bit. It's a unique boat. The top comes off of it, and concert music is what's delivered from this vessel. So stay tuned, because it should be a great morning. In the meantime, let's check the weather all across the country. Still cool in the northeast, gorgeous skies right now, but temperatures probably 15 degrees below normal up and down the eastern seaboard, especially as you head into New England. Keep in mind, you could see some showers in the southeast today, thunderstorms through the Plain States into Texas. West Coast looks good. Southwest, we're talking about temperatures up to 110 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona, past 100 degrees in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the Northwest looks beautiful right now as well as we head into the weekend. That's a quick look at the national map. Here's an early look at what's going on in your area.
Good morning, everybody. This is meteorologist Jeff Baradelli in Weather Control. Hope your day is off to a nice start. It should be mainly dry, but there are a couple of showers developing right now, so don't be surprised if you run into one. Numerous showers and thunderstorms expected this afternoon, and then tropical moisture spills across the state tomorrow and Sunday, which means a lot of clouds over your weekend and a lot of showers and thunderstorms. Even in the morning, we could see some of those storms build, especially along the coast. So showers and storms are a pretty good bet each and every day. The stormiest day looks to be on Saturday. Everyone, make it a nice day.
More from Long Island Sound in Greenwich, Connecticut in just a little while. Maggie, for the time being, we'll send it back to you in New York.
All right, Dave, thanks a lot. This morning, investigators say they still don't know why a whale shark died this week at the Georgia Aquarium, the only place in America where you can see these giant fish. As CBS News correspondent Mark Strassman reports, it's a double loss for the facility.
Whale sharks. They're enormous, seldom seen even in captivity, and mysterious in life and death. For some reason, at Atlanta's Georgia Aquarium, 2 whale sharks, the biggest fish on Earth, have died since January.
It was disheartening.
And aquarium officials don't know what to blame.
Our job is to take the science and look for those various links. What could have happened?
There are 4 surviving whale sharks here, and they all seem to be healthy. But with 2 others having died in this tank, critics are now circling.
Norton, a 23-footer, developed eating problems so serious he had to be force-fed. On Wednesday morning, he drifted to the tank's bottom and had to be euthanized. Ralph died more suddenly in January. So little's known about whale sharks, there really is no such thing as a whale shark expert.
Whale sharks are large, mobile, understudied. I think we're on the cutting edge of ignorance about whale sharks in general.
Which is why critics say for whale sharks, captivity becomes a dangerous stunt. And they believe the deaths of Ralph and Norton illustrate that danger.
The question is whether or not they should be in the business of keeping animals when they really don't know enough to care for them properly.
Scientists and tourists marvel at these giant wonders, but critics see only captivity and unacceptable cost. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Atlanta.
Officials say it will take months to get complete results from an examination of the dead whale shark, but so far, preliminarily, they found nothing. So it's just a disturbing mystery at this point.
Yeah, it's interesting. Apparently, an expert crew from Taiwan came over and checked out the tank, and everything was just fine.
It seems fine. They were using that pesticide. Maybe they'll rethink that. I'm sure they're going to investigate it thoroughly.
But the critics are interesting. You've got these huge fish in this confined space, so more to come on this one, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Up next, this Friday morning, Princes William and Harry are going to talk about their happy memories of their mother, Princess Diana.
And up in our next half hour, a diet drug for dogs. Just the thing if poor Rover can't roll over. This is The Early Show on CBS.
Only South Motors Infiniti gives you more, like free maintenance for 2 years on a new Infiniti. Infinitis with free maintenance exclusively at South. Now, all new G35 Journey sedans, $379 a month. New G35 Coupes, just $299 a month for only 24 months. Huge savings on all FX35s and QX56 SUVs. 2 years free maintenance, only at South Motors Infiniti. Be smart. Drive South.
Are you a first-time home buyer or simply trying to sell in a slumping market? Don't shut the door on your options. Our guide has tips for buyers and sellers next week on The Early Show.
It's Macy's Father's Day sale, so hurry in to celebrate with big savings for Dad. Help him relax in style with men's linen 25% off. Plus polo shirts are on sale $14.99 to $19.99. Pick him out a great new tie, just $24.99 to $27.99. And men's shorts are $24.99 to $29.99. The Macy's Father's Day sale is going on now. Come on in and save for Dad's biggest day of the year.
We wanted to move in 90 days, and that was our goal.
Selling a home can be a challenge. I've been through this type of market before. I'm going to be there every step of the way to guide them through it.
Realtors I work with know the markets that they're in.
They know how to market it. They know how to sell it.
A realtor is making it seamless for us.
Interest rates are at historic lows, which means more buyers are in the market for a home like yours. Every market's different. Call a realtor today.
The market is always changing, and I'll always be ready for it.
Snoozed your bus again. The boss is not gonna be happy.
He's already got enough on his mind.
Yeah, and I'm still not sleeping.
No, you don't say.
We just want you back.
Listen, Chief.
Doug.
Whatever. It's time to call your doctor.
But if I need a prescription, I don't want to get hooked.
No worries. There's something different.
Let's go, I need a latte.
When you can't sleep, you can't dream. That's why there's Roserum, the first and only prescription sleep aid that in clinical studies shows no potential for abuse or dependence. That means you can take it as long as you need it and stop when you don't. Your doctor can explain why Roserum is so different. Don't take Roserum if you're taking Luvox, fluvoxamine, or have severe liver problems. Avoid taking it with alcohol. Don't drive or operate machinery until you know how you'll react to Roserum. Roserum may affect some hormones. Consult your doctor about how this may affect you, or if your insomnia doesn't improve. Take Roserum right before bed. Side effects may include drowsiness, fatigue, and dizziness.
Sorry I'm late. Haven't been sleeping.
Tell me about it.
Welcome back to the CBS Early Show. I'm Russ Mitchell. Britain's two princes, Harry and William, are speaking out in a rare interview as we approach the 10th anniversary of the death of their mother, Princess Diana. CBS News correspondent Sheila McVicker is live in London with more. Sheila, good morning.
Good morning, Russ. From outside Buckingham Palace. Well, Diana's two sons, William and Harry, have been talking about their mother, what they remember about her, and how they'd like the rest of us to remember her as well. Just days before what would have been Princess Diana's 46th birthday, 10 years after the last summer of her life, Diana's sons speak about a concert they are planning in her memory, something they hope will remind people of her magic.
After 10 years, there's been a sort of a rumbling of sort of people bringing up the bad, and over time people seem to forget or have forgotten just about all the amazing things she did and what an amazing person she was. And we sort of felt that this was the best way of bringing that back to life and letting people remember, you know, all the good things about her, because she's not here to defend herself when she gets criticised. And so we want to do that instead, and this is the best way of us getting that across to people.
Princes William and Harry were just 15 and 12 when she died in that fatal car accident. There was the very public princess and the very private mother.
And for us, we were so lucky to have her, you know, as our mother. And there's not a day goes past that we sort of, you know, don't think about her and miss her influence, because, you know, she was a massive example to both of us. And you know, it's one of those things that it's very sad, but you know, you learn to deal with it, and there's plenty of other people out there who've got, you know, the same or worse problems that we've had. So.
You see her get slated for such and such, but the personal memories that we have of her very much private, and that's where hopefully it will always be.
Part of their mother's legacy to them was her sincere commitment to the causes she supported, the eradication of landmines, her work to break the taboos around AIDS and HIV infection.
She did everything because she felt it was right, and it was what she wanted to do. She didn't go by what she thought was the best thing to do, or be told to do something. She'd do it from her heart and fully immerse herself into it. And she cared massively. You know, we've been left in no doubt at all that we were the most important thing in her life. And then after that, it was everyone else. It was all her charities and everything like that. And to me, that's a really good, you know, philosophy that she loved caring for people and she loved helping.
She was the most caring person that, you know, oh yeah, I mean, she was our mother, so we'd say that, as I'm sure everybody else would say about their own mother. Really caring, so sweet, and you know, very much missed by not only us, but I think a lot of people.
Goodbye, Williams Road.
The concert her sons have put together features some of Diana's old friends, like Elton John.
To celebrate her life with a concert, with music, and people just smiling and having fun, hopefully, which is what they're going to be doing. Wave their arms in the air, you know, just like they just don't care.
I was just about to, I was about to do the second bit.
It's, you know, I don't think there's any better way to celebrate her life, really, so.
It's an event, say the Princes, that they hope will remind people not just of their mother's good works, but of her fun-loving side, too. Russ?
Always something to see the Princes, these grown men now. CBS's Sheila McVicker in a windy London today. Thank you so much. And now here's Julie in Los Angeles.
All right, thanks a lot, Russ. Still to come on the early show, with gas prices more than $3 a gallon, we'll find out if the cheaper stuff at the pump is the same as all the rest. And then later in the broadcast, these girls are finding their own source of energy thanks to a fitness guru who calls herself High Voltage. But first, these messages in your local news.
This portion of the early show sponsored by Moen. Buy it for looks, buy it for life.
It's my caffeine in the morning. It's my rainforest and a concrete jungle.
Revive from the everyday world with Moen. Buy it for looks, buy it for life.
She's not gonna win. Yeah, that's just wrong.
Why are they dancing? Because with Edie Slow Churned, they can have a little bit more. Edie Slow Churned. Rich, creamy, and only half the fat. Now available in bars, too.
No clump mascara? So what? Now there's new Define-A-Lash from Maybelline, New York. Our first clump-free that's longer, sexier. Only our shape to the lash brush and formula guarantees 0 clumps. For length defined like never before, it's new Define-A-Lash. It's Maybelline.
Last winter, I had a heart attack. I believe Bayer saved my life. The doctor said, take the Bayer now. If I didn't have it, I might not be here. And then who'd take the spider out of the bathtub?
Genuine Bayer aspirin. Painkiller, lifesaver.
I expect to stick around for a while.
Bayer, expect wonders. And for tough back and muscle pain, try Bayer Back and Body.
It's time to play Spruce Up again with more cash and prizes. Join in our good friends. Your house. Win lots of cool new stuff. Your house. Win $10,000 every month. Make your house a Maxwell house.
Experience the new Ethan Allen and discover a blend of classic and modern styles. And now, with 6 months, no payments, and no interest, there's no reason to wait. Ethan Allen, classic design, modern perspective.
Still have the wind damage to your house on your mind? One call to Farmers Help Point could fix that. Farmers Help Point. Sanity makes a comeback.
When it comes to quitting smoking, different people find different ways to succeed. If you decide to quit smoking, find out what may work for you. Visit Quit Assist online and link to a wealth of expert quitting information. From how to prepare to how to stay smoke-free. Quit Assist online. It could help you find your own way to quit. Log on through philipmorrisusa.com.
Now live, this is CBS 4 News This Morning.
And we hope you're having a great start to your Friday. I'm George Estevez.
And I'm Yusila Ramirez in for Joy Purdy. It's 7:25, time for a live news update. These are live pictures from Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood, where work crews are back on the scene cleaning up after a collapsed scaffolding. Crews may have to cut power to the area as they clean up the mess. The structure came crashing down in yesterday's rough weather. Luckily, no one was injured, but ironically, the scaffold was for workers building a hurricane-resistant building at that hospital.
A Miami-Dade college student is hospitalized and critical, the victim of a love triangle that turned violent. Police say the victim was abducted from Miami-Dade's Hialeah campus last night by her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, who then stabbed her and ran her down with her car. The victim got up again and managed to get help. The suspect was arrested.
This morning, the property tax deal is done, but the fight is not over. All of us will get a chance to vote in January on whether we want to create a super homestead exemption. Homeowners would have the option of staying on the current Save Our Homes plan if it saves them more money. The plan calls for a tax rollback between 3% and 9%.
Now let's get a live update on traffic. Here's Christopher Leonard.
The Dolphin Expressway this morning, over 35 minutes now between the Florida Turnpike over to the 826, and at some points it's a virtual standstill eastbound approaching this point. Also, you're going to find heavy and slow traffic out of the Golden Glades along 95 just south of 151st Street, up to about 22 minutes now between the Golden Glades down to the Airport Expressway, and 95 in Fort Lauderdale. Little congestion now northbound between Oakland Park Boulevard through to Cypress Creek. I'm Christopher Leonard, CBS 4 Traffic Control. Jeff Baradelli now with the weekend forecast.
Thank you, Christopher. Good morning, everybody. This is meteorologist Jeff Baradelli. Right now, mainly dry across the area. I have some showers that I'll show you in a couple of seconds, especially in extreme southern parts of Miami-Dade County. Right now, temperatures are in the mid-70s. A little warmer, though, in Fort Lauderdale with a temperature of 78 degrees there. Now, as we switch to the radar, it's been fairly dry for the past couple hours, but a line of showers developing right now just north of the Keys in Florida Bay. Now, in the extreme southern portion of the state to the south of Florida City, those are moving right along the 18-mile stretch and will continue to move northward, producing some probably heavy rain within about the next hour or so in the Homestead, Florida City area. And also we have a special marine warning in effect for the Keys for the possibility of any of those storms producing a water spout, so just watch out for that. Now, further to the south, you can see all this tropical moisture which is building right now. The National Hurricane Center may send out a hurricane hunter to investigate later today. Right now, conditions fairly unfavorable for tropical development, but they could become more favorable later today, tonight, and during the day tomorrow. So again, if necessary, the National Hurricane Center will send a plane out there to investigate. Right now, it is not an organized tropical system. However, either way, tropical moisture is headed our way as that system pushes to the north. So today, some sunshine to start out with, but showers and thunderstorms will build pretty quickly, and they'll be numerous today. Tomorrow, lots of clouds, limited sunshine, on and off tropical downpours. Some could be in the morning with all that tropical moisture right on the southern portion of the state, and then it moves across the whole state on Father's Day. Now, the brunt of the moisture could pass just to the north of us on Father's Day, so it's possible we could see a couple more breaks in the overcast, but still expect numerous showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Here's a look now at your extended forecast. Storms likely today. Some of them could develop on the early side. We already have some downpours developing. High temperature around 87 degrees tomorrow because we're going to see a lot of clouds and limited sun. Our high temperature will be a little cooler in the 84 to 85 degree range. It'll be stormy on and off all day. And remember, some of the storms tomorrow with this pattern, this tropical moisture, we could see them even in the morning, not just necessarily during the afternoon and evening. Same thing as we head on into Sunday. With any luck, we'll get a couple more breaks on your Father's Day. Have a great day and a great weekend, folks.
It's more than a BMW. It's the South Motors BMW experience. Through month end, new BMW 328i sedans, just $297 a month. South BMW, US 1, south of the Falls. Be smart. Drive south.
So what's the deal?
Oh, Comcast put internet, phone, and cable together in one package for just $33 each per month. And it's all in one bill.
No, what's the deal with us singing a duet?
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you're right. Believing for so long.
The Comcast Triple Play. Internet, phone, and cable together for just $33 each per month when you subscribe to all three. It's Comcasting.
It's more than a BMW. It's the South Motors BMW experience. Through month end, new BMW 328i sedans, just $297 a month. South BMW, US 1, south of the Falls. Be smart. Drive south.
Hey, South Florida, Rach here. Join the party every weekday at 3 on CBS 4.
What do you do when gas prices are sky high? Well, you can try to drive less or maybe spend less by filling up with cheaper grades or cheaper brands of gasoline. Auto manufacturers and big oil companies tell you that cheap gas can hurt your car. This morning, we're going to find out if that's really true. Welcome back to The Early Show. I'm Julie Chen in Los Angeles. Russ Mitchell is in New York. Good morning again, Russ.
Hey, Julie, you don't put cheap gas in that Lamborghini, do you?
Well, it says premium only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so I can't do anything about it.
All right, well, I'm glad to hear that. Of course, this Sunday is Father's Day, so coming up in Health Watch, we're going to focus on Dad's health. Too often, he's not that interested in looking after himself. We're going to tell you how to help him stick around for years to come. But first, here's Maggie with our Pet Planet.
66% of Americans are overweight, and if that's hard to believe, think about this. So are 40% of our dogs. Our resident veterinarian, Early Show correspondent Dr. Debbie Turner says there's a new way to help fight the fat, and you brought a friend along.
I do. This is Josh, a 9-year-old yellow lab who is very much overweight. Well, you know, Maggie, the obesity in pets can cause or worsen heart and lung disease, arthritis, even diabetes. And it's hard to refuse a dog when they beg so cutely for their treats. Well, a new diet drug for dogs is now available through your veterinarian, and it just may help your pet win the war on weight.
Where's the ball? Come on, come on. Go ahead, Josh. Go get it. Josh, you gotta go get it.
Josh, the yellow lab, doesn't feel much like running, mainly because he is 25 pounds overweight. His owner, Dan Bain, has tried just about everything to get the pounds off.
We started exercising him. He has a fenced-in yard where he can play. He has a swimming pool where he can swim. It's just, I don't think there's enough time in the day to get him to lose the weight the conventional way.
That's when veterinarian Dr. Joshua Furman told Dan about a new drug called Slintrol.
Josh is a perfect candidate. Josh is a Labrador who's overweight.
Slintrol is a diet drug formulated specifically for dogs. It works by telling the dog's brain he's not hungry. Therefore, he eats less.
I really think that this drug is going to revolutionize veterinary medicine. It's the first FDA-approved drug on the market for canine obesity.
There are side effects like diarrhea and vomiting, but vets report these symptoms tend to be minor and short-term.
It's not a simple, give this dog a pill and he's going to be skinny.
Dr. Deirdre Chiamonte is cautiously optimistic about the effectiveness of Slintrol. Does this cure obesity for life?
No, absolutely not. In fact, as soon as the drug is removed within 48 hours, her appetite is back again to where it was.
Which means pet owners like Dan must be committed to lifelong changes.
Come on, run a little bit.
It's retraining everybody involved with it. It's keeping pets coming back for weigh-ins. It's keeping animals busy, exercising, following up.
Good boy. We'll put you at 100 pounds today, huh, good boy? Yeah, I know. Good boy.
So far, after 3 weeks on the drug, Josh hasn't lost any weight. In fact, he's gained a couple of pounds. But Dr. Furman is not discouraged.
My goal is to have a tremendous amount of weight off of Josh in 8 months and make his quality of life a lot better.
Are you confident? You think this is going to work?
I definitely do. And if I didn't, then I really wouldn't use it.
Well, there's a reason that Dr. Furman is so confident. Slintrol showed 100% effectiveness in clinical trials, which means this could be a powerful tool to help veterinarians fight obesity. We're going to see, though, Maggie.
So why do you think poor Josh has gained weight so far?
Well, you know, they have to titrate the dose. And so it's a long-term process. Okay. Josh is going to be on this 6, 8, maybe up to a year, maybe up to 12 months. So he's got a long road to hoe.
Can you tell just by looking at your dog if he or she is overweight?
I want to point out just a few things. Yes, you absolutely can. Josh kind of has that barrel appearance. When you can't feel their ribs and they sort of look like sausage on the stick, then you know it's probably time to put them on a diet. But this is a prescription drug, so you really need to work with your veterinarian to determine whether or not your animal is a candidate for this. And it is only for dogs, cannot be used in cats, should not be used in humans. It's prescribed and approved only for dogs.
All right. Good luck, Josh. Thank you very much, Debbie.
All right, Max. Thanks.
Well, we're going to go back to Jeff Glor now at the news desk for another look at the headlines. Jeff.
Okay, Maggie, thank you. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Boy band mogul Lou Pearlman has been arrested. Pearlman appeared in court in Guam today after spending months hiding from authorities. The creator of NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys is accused of bank fraud and faces several lawsuits. Pearlman was picked up in Indonesia Thursday and turned over to the FBI. In Kansas Thursday, Kelsey Smith's parents came face-to-face for the first time with the man suspected of killing her. Edwin Hall appeared in court. He's charged with kidnapping Smith from a parking lot and murdering her. Smith's parents say they had no reaction to seeing Hall, that their daughter is all that mattered. In Thailand, 7 soldiers were killed this morning in a bombing attack. The ambush happened as troops rushed to the aid of other soldiers in a gun battle with Muslim insurgents. On Thursday, a roadside bombing was caught on tape. 1 soldier was hurt in that attack. Thailand's south has been racked by almost daily violence. And in Germany, Canute, the polar bear, is a cash cow. The 6-month-old now bear is helping the Berlin Zoo rake in cash, $3 million more than last year. He attracts hundreds of visitors every day. Canute is the first polar bear born at the zoo in more than 3 decades. We're going to go back now to Dave Price, who is in Greenwich, Connecticut with more. Hey, Dave.
Hey, good morning to you, Jeff. You know what? We've done a ton of live shots all over the country, but we've never been on a vessel like this. We're on the Point Counterpoint 2, and it's a self-driven barge. It's incredible. It's a floating gallery and a floating orchestra, and it showcases arts and crafts and musicians from all over the world. 7 people crew and live on board, and it's just amazing. Now watch this. Voila! Open sesame! Now watch what happens to the top here. It moves up, and behind it is an orchestra which tours all over the country. It's incredible. It was founded in 1957 and performed originally on a salvage barge. Robert Boudreau is the 80-year-old conductor, and his orchestra floats throughout the world. They've traveled over 400,000 miles, and on board, young professionals from all over the world. 1,500 players have played on board since this thing was founded. They've been to Russia and Scandinavia, all over Europe, the Caribbean, even up to the Arctic Circle. So with that, we'll hear more from them, and we'll listen to them as we take a check of weather all across the country. Looks like gorgeous weekend ahead for the Northeast, but still cool today. We'll see sections of the Southeast on the soggy side, and more rain as you head into Texas and the Northern Panhandle. West Coast looks good. That's a look at the national map. Here's an early look at what's going on in your area.
Good morning, everybody. This is meteorologist Jeff Baradelli in Weather Control. Hope your day is off to a nice start. It should be mainly dry, but there are a couple of showers developing right now, so don't be surprised if you run into one. Numerous showers and thunderstorms expected this afternoon, and then tropical moisture spills across the state tomorrow and Sunday, which means a lot of clouds over your weekend and a lot of showers and thunderstorms. Even in the morning, we could see some of those storms build, especially along the coast. So showers and storms a pretty good bet each and every day. The stormiest day looks to be on Saturday. Everyone, make it a nice day.
Wow! How about that? I'll bet you've never been to a concert hall quite like this. Congratulations. More from these people in just a little while. In the meantime, though, want to let you know that we are visiting, of course, Greenwich, Connecticut in the Delamar Hotel, but we're on the road this summer as part of our Great American Vacation Tour 2. We're visiting places like Key West and Savannah, Bar Harbor, Mackinac Island, Niagara Falls, Aspen, Colorado, and South Padre Island, giving away great vacations to deserving people. And if you know someone, why don't you log on to our website, cbsnews.com, click on the early show, and maybe you'll be off to the Caribbean this summer. All right, folks, let's send it back to you. And Julie, we'll see you in just a little while, live from Greenwich, Connecticut.
All right, looking and sounding great. Thanks, Dave. Up next, is it safe to buy no-name gas? We'll talk to an auto expert about that. And then later in the broadcast, we meet a lady who pumps these girls full of hope. Plus, John Cusack's here to tell us about his new movie, 1408. You're watching The Early Show on CBS.
Attention Honda buyers! South Motors Honda must reduce inventory to move excess Hondas. New Civics from $99 a month. Accords $159 a month. All Hondas must go. South Motors Honda, US 1 and Southwest 161st Street.
Are you ready for the hot new rides at Rapids Water Park this summer? 300 feet of pitch black spills and thrills. Open your eyes to a whole new wave of fun. See you at the Rapids.
The Rapids, everyone!
This is a special notice. Every year, Florida International University School of Music replaces its Yamaha practice pianos with new ones. These pianos, including new and used uprights, grands, baby grands, player pianos, and digital pianos, all must be sold this weekend only. This will be your chance to purchase Yamaha pianos and support the School of Music at Florida International University. New pianos start at just $1,995 and baby grands from $4,995. For information, call 305-663-4450. That's 305-663-4450 now.
Lease the all-new, completely redesigned 07 Mitsubishi Outlander ES from only $239 a month at Bill Suttles Mitsubishi in Miami, Northwest 36th Street and 29th Avenue, and Mitsubishi of Navy, 5395 South University Drive.
Quiet, here he comes.
Hey. Hey. What's he doing with the second drumstick?
Eating it?
I didn't get it till Jack left for college, and he's 10.
They didn't have a drumsticks and thighs bucket when you were younger.
Kids now have it so good.
Tell me about it.
Now at KFC, get a 10-piece meal for $13.99. 10 drumsticks and thighs with 2 large sides, 4 biscuits for only $13.99. Bring back dinner at KFC. KFC chicken now has the same great taste you love with 0 grams of trans fat per serving.
Tire Kingdom is still the one. Call 1-800-NEW-TIRE.
I'm taking your calls personally. Elaborate schemes, midnight flights. Look who's here. It's a party next Oprah.
Today at 4 on 4.
50,000 divided by 5,000 is 10. That's right.
10 hot new slides are coming to Rapids Water Park this summer.
Attention Honda buyers! South Motors Honda must reduce inventory to move excess Hondas. New Civics from $99 a month. Accords $159 a month. All Hondas must go. South Motors Honda, US 1 and Southwest 161st Street.
Gas prices have fallen a little this month, but the national average is still $3.04 a gallon, 14 cents more than a year ago. Many drivers are looking to save money, including buying discount gas that the big oil companies say can damage your car. Let's ask Carl Brower about that. He is editor-in-chief of the automobile website Edmunds.com. Good morning, Carl.
Good morning, Julie.
Okay, other than the price, is there a difference if I go to a name brand gas station versus a discounter gas station?
There's going to be a very small difference in the level of detergents that are put in the fuel. But
is it going to damage my car if I go to the discounter?
The amount of difference isn't important enough to worry about, honestly. If you've got a lower priced fuel, there's no problem using that fuel as opposed to a large name brand company.
Even if I always go to that discounter?
Right. Even over extended time period, you're not going to have any problem. Even if you 100,000 miles run a car on discount gas, you're not going to have a problem.
So why is it cheaper?
I think it's because these companies, don't depend, especially like the convenience stores, they're not depending on purely fuel to make profit. Mobil has a lot of pure fuel gas stations. They've got to make the money off the gas, whereas an AM/PM or other types of convenience store places, they've got larger stores. They also just don't have as much cost. Mobil and Shell, we've seen the kind of profits they're making. We've seen what the stockholders want out of those companies and out of their gas. But I don't think a lot of the discount brands are under as much pressure to have that level of profit margin on their fuel.
Okay. What about, regardless of what gas station I pull into, whether it's a name brand like Shell or a discounter, we always see 3 prices for 3 different types of gasoline, premium being the most expensive. Is there going to be a difference which grade of gasoline I'm putting into my car?
For almost every vehicle out there, no, there will not be. There are some vehicles that specify premium fuel, and technically if you want to keep your car in warranty, you should be using the premium fuel. That said, every car made in the last 15 plus years has a computer in it that can sense the quality of the fuel that's being put in the car and adjust how the engine's running to make sure it doesn't damage itself.
Okay, so who falls into that category where they definitely should be buying the premium?
I think cars that have forced induction, which is a turbocharged car or a supercharged car. These are high-performance vehicles. There's a very dense air-fuel mixture that's made because of the way the engine works. You want to make sure that's not pre-detonating, and that's what premium fuel ensures versus non-premium fuel. But even on those cars, there is a computer that would keep you protected. You would just lose a lot of the performance of the engine. And over a long period of time, you would risk potentially damaging the engine if you didn't use the premium.
But if you spent the money on a high-end Porsche or a high-end Mercedes, go for the premium is what you're saying?
Probably not the best place to cut corners on your fuel.
Right, exactly. But you say what does matter at the end of the day is seeing how a gas station is run. That can make a difference. Explain what you mean by that.
Well, you know, I think there's more potential for variation in how well the fuel station itself, the individual gas station, is maintaining its fuel systems, its storage tanks, its lines. You know, you'd have more of a chance of getting dirt into your car because you have a station that's not well maintained than you would of having damage because you're using a no-name brand versus mobile.
So if it looks dirty, I'm not going there. Carl Brower, thanks so much.
Nice talking to you, Julie.
Same here. Up next, Father's Day advice to keep your dad healthy all year long. And later, John Cusack is here. He's trying to stay alive in a mysterious hotel in his new movie, 1408. You're watching The Early Show on CBS.
Summer's here and the savings are sizzling at South Motors Volkswagen. Now 2007 Jettas are just $169 a month. South Motors Volkswagen, US 1 and Southwest 179th Street in Miami. South Motors Volkswagen, be smart. Drive south.
Here's where a football game turns into a family reunion. Here's where the Dolphins score and I do the dance.
Here's where I join a team that's 75,000 strong.
Here's where my cheers lead to their victory.
Here's where the Dolphins run out of the tunnel and my soul takes the field.
The new Dolphin Stadium. The fans are here. For season tickets and club-level memberships, call 888-FINSTICKS or select your seats online at MiamiDolphins.com.
Summer's here and the savings are sizzling at South Motors Volkswagen. Now 2007 new Rabbits, just $179 a month. South Motors Volkswagen, US 1 and Southwest 179th Street in Miami. South Motors Volkswagen, be smart. Drive south.
Next week, are you a first-time home buyer or simply trying to sell in a slumping market? Don't shut the door on your options. Our guide has tips for buyers and sellers next week on The Early Show.
Get ready for something cool. Capri Sun, now with protective antioxidants, vitamin C and E, to help support a healthy immune system. Capri Sun with protective antioxidants. How cool is that? Great tasting Capri Sun, now available in a family size.
It's Macy's Father's Day sale, so hurry in to celebrate with big savings for Dad. Help him relax in style with men's linen 25% off. Plus polo shirts are on sale $14.99 to $19.99. Pick him out a great new tie, just $24.99 to $27.99. And men's shorts are $24.99 to $29.99. The Macy's Father's Day sale is going on now. Come on in and save for Dad's biggest day of the year.
I look into your eyes. I listen to your heart. I feel your soul, and it's beautiful. So takes my breath away. So drives me wild. So beautiful.
Don't miss all your favorite stars on Daytime's biggest night.
Thank you, hot guys. Big drama and little old me.
The 34th Annual Daytime Emmys live tonight, only on CBS.
She took a new pill for the memory. The results could change her life.
Makes it easier to remember and function.
It's a story you won't forget. Sunday on 60 Minutes.
The Early Show continues now from the General Motors building in New York City.
This morning in Health Watch, Father's Day. If you care about your dad or the man in your life, and you should, it means you have to keep an eye on his health because he doesn't always do it himself. Our Dr. Emily Sine is here to tell us how to keep Dad healthy. Hey, Emily, good to see you.
Good morning, Russ.
Let's go through the list. What type of health concerns should guys really pay attention to?
Well, you know, there's actually some big differences between men and women. Men die more often from things like heart disease, cancer, stroke. Yeah. They're more likely to be in motor vehicle accidents. They're more likely to suffer from alcoholism. They're more likely to commit suicide. Every type of injury you can possibly think of, whether it's falling off a ladder or being in a bicycle accident, it's more likely that men will have those problems than women. What happens over time is these things add up, and at the end of the game, men tend to live 5 to 6 years less than women do. So a dynamic happens, I think, in families where women often are the ones sort of encouraging men, pushing men often to seek care, preventive care, which guys often don't want to do, and, you know, trying to alert the men in their lives to some of the dangerous things they might be doing.
Well, from your experience, are most guys in denial about these types of things?
I'm going to throw that question back at you.
Well,
what do you think?
We ask for directions, too. We'll leave that alone. I think a lot of us are in denial.
There are.
So what kind of strategies can women employ to kind of get us to go to the doctor, make us think about these things?
Well, you know, if it's an acute problem, over and over again, you hear women say, you know, my husband had this symptom or that symptom, and men will admit, my wife noticed this or found that, and I went to the doctor, and it turned out to be a real problem. Very often what happens there is women are the ones pushing the men to seek care, to get attention for something, and it turns out to be a real problem. Women have an intuition about this. So that's something that can be very helpful for Dad. If you know that he's complaining of a knee problem or anything at all, especially if it's something like chest pain, women should encourage men to go acutely.
Okay, how can women accomplish that since we are in so much denial?
Well, you know, the other thing that women can do is, at least as far as preventive care is concerned, is to be convincing. Tell the guy in your life.
That's not conniving, that's convincing, right?
It can be conniving, too. You can be conniving. That's okay. Be convincing. Tell him, you know what, we love you. We want you to take care of yourself. This is really important. We want you to get your blood pressure checked. You can be clever. Let's say you're in the mall and they're having a blood pressure screening. Swing by, you know, say, let's all get our pressure checked and see where we're at. Sometimes you just have to be assertive. You just have to say, you know what, I'm making the appointment for you, and you're going on such and such a date. I've done it. I know probably there's women standing here right now who've done the same thing. And unfortunately, we play this role. We'd like guys to be more responsible, but sometimes that just doesn't happen.
Well, we're pretty simple creatures.
We know that,
we know about that. So ultimately, you're trying to steer him to go to the doctor. That's the first thing you want to do.
It is. You know, there's an old saying that a boy will have his last vaccination and won't reappear at the doctor until he's had his first heart attack. That really needs to change. Guys need to be involved in preventive care, too.
Not a man bashing today, Emily.
No, that's not man bashing.
But it's true, though. It's true. We need to be more aware of this stuff.
Intended to be helpful.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Always good to see you. Still to come, solutions for little problems, like when your kids write on walls or they won't drink their milk. Probably boys. We're coming right back.
CBS Health Watch, sponsored by Health Mart Pharmacy, caring for you and about you.
As a new parent, I wanted to do everything right. So it broke my heart when my son cried from acid reflux and I couldn't help him. What was worse was he couldn't keep his medicine down. But then Andy, our Health Mart pharmacist, offered a solution. He flavored the medicine with grape, knowing Cole would like it. Now he's all smiles.
That's our true story.
Health Mart has thousands of locally owned pharmacies honoring your prescription plans. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Why is this man dancing? Because with ED slow churned, he can have a little bit more, because it only has half the fat.
Getting more, Ken More. Sears, where it begins.
In our next hour, teenage girls with weight problems get their energy up. We're going to take a look at this program. It's about much more than losing weight. Maggie?
And Julie, John Cusack books a hotel room where you can check out, but you never leave alive. He's going to tell us about 1408 after these messages and your local news.
The Early Show is always on CBSNews.com. Sponsored in part by The Pharmacy at Walmart. Take the worry out of getting prescriptions so you can get out and really enjoy life.
It's a great gift to be in a position to make a difference.
Being in the public eye enables us to draw attention to things that matter, like the environment.
Children at risk. African relief.
Medicines for those in need.
Or keeping Lake Winnipesaukee clean.
Hold it. Lake what? Lake who? Who's that guy?
I'm Tim. I work in the office next door. But keeping that lake clean is what matters to me.
I've been there once. It was nice.
All right, let's keep him in it. He's got a good face. Don't overdo it. Arms folded. Never mind.
I swam in it once. When I got out, I had to take my bathing suit off, and it burst into flames. It happens anytime I swim.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, just like that.
Introducing the Members Project. Card members submit project ideas at AmericanExpress.com, and we'll fund one winning idea, up to $5 million. You don't have to be famous to make a difference. Just a card member. Are you a card member?
Tonight, Dave's getting ready for Father's Day.
About this time every year, I get a call from Mom reminding me to send Larry King a Father's Day card.
Plus, Michael Moore and fun facts. It's all new Dave tonight.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News This Morning.
The Dolphin Expressway, extremely heavy and slow this morning, inbound from Doral and Westchester. You've got about over an hour trip now. It has increased over the last 15 minutes to at least 60 minutes to make it between the Florida Turnpike over through the Palmetto and continuing to Red Road over to 95. We've got Chopper 4 that is over a pedestrian-involved accident. This is at Northwest 30th Avenue and 60th Street in the Brownsville area. 95 out of the Golden Glades, heavy and slow in spots from south of 151st down to the Airport Expressway. Your trip time here still under 20 minutes. Drive carefully this morning. I'm Christopher Leonard, CBS 4 Traffic Control. Jeff Baradilli now with the CBS 4 Weekend Forecast.
Good morning, everyone. It's going to be a pretty nice start to the day across much of the area, but it's not going to last very long. And for the weekend, we're talking probably a lot of clouds and a lot of showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Temperatures right now starting out right where they should be in the mid to upper 70s. There are some showers building right now just to the south of Florida City and Homestead. Skies should be darkening at the moment there, and it'll be raining anytime within the next several minutes or so. After that, those showers will progress north, so expect those showers and thunderstorms to not only be during the late afternoon and evening today, but probably in the earlier part of the day, and they could develop anywhere from, again, the next few minutes in southern parts of the state, moving up through the rest of Miami-Dade County and also into Broward County as we head through the morning hours and into the afternoon, and there'll be numerous showers and thunderstorms as well. Take a look right now as we head down into the Caribbean. A lot of showers and thunderstorms there, a complex of convection. National Hurricane Center says conditions are unfavorable at the moment for development, but currently conditions are getting a little bit better down there, and the National Hurricane Center has a plane on standby, and if they need to, they will send a hurricane hunter down into the storm today to see if it in fact is forming into an organized tropical system. Right now it is not an organized tropical system, but what it will do, regardless of whether it becomes a tropical depression, tropical storm, or just stays a mass of tropical moisture, is push that tropical moisture our way. So we start out with some sunshine across many portions of the area today, but quickly those showers and thunderstorms move in as the dry air is knocked out of the picture by all this tropical moisture. The tropical moisture will be on top of us tomorrow, and it will not only be afternoon showers and storms, it'll also be during the morning with lots of clouds and limited sunshine tomorrow. On and off downpours all day. Same thing as we head into Dad's Day. Perhaps the brunt of the tropical moisture moves into central Florida. So if we're lucky, we'll get a little bit more in the way of breaks and a little bit less in the way of rain. But still, as we head through the holiday weekend, on and off showers and thunderstorms, just play it by ear, and it should turn out to be okay.
Today's CBS Health Watch is sponsored by Navarro Discount Pharmacies and AstraZeneca. CBS Health Watch is brought to you by Navarro Discount Pharmacies and AstraZeneca.
Type 2 diabetes and high cholesterol increases your risk factor of developing heart disease. That's why it's especially important to keep your cholesterol levels down. Diet and exercise may not be enough, and adding a prescription medication may be necessary to help achieve and maintain lower levels of cholesterol in your blood. If you have any of these risk factors, see your doctor for a simple blood test. Or for more information, talk to your local Navarro pharmacist.
CBS Health Watch is brought to you by Navarro Discount Pharmacies and AstraZeneca.
Introducing Saturn side-by-side test drive. Test drive an Accord, Camry, and the North American Car of the Year. The Saturn Aura Sports Sedan. All in one place at your Saturn retailer. Now get 1.9% APR and $750 bonus cash on the 2007 Saturn Oral.
Acadian Rodent and Animal Control is a completely cell phone-based business. The cell phone is the only number we use, and it's very efficient because we can get calls anywhere, any time of the day. The Real Yellow Pages enabled us to go from 5 calls a month to 100 calls a month. 100% of our business comes from the Real Yellow Pages.
Call 1-800-GET-REAL to advertise. Now the same great book has a new look. Bell South is joining AT&T. The new AT&T, your world delivered.
Only South Motors Infiniti gives you more, like free maintenance for 2 years on a new Infiniti. Infinitis with free maintenance exclusively at South. Now, all new G35 Journey sedans, $379 a month. New G35 Coupes, just $299 a month for only 24 months. Huge savings on all FX35s and QX56 SUVs. 2 years free maintenance, only at South Motors Infiniti. Be smart. Drive South.
They're the outrageous videos everyone's talking about. To see them right now, go to CBS4.com, click on the video player, and watch all the wild action unfold.
And welcome back to the early show on a Friday morning. Got folks from all over the country here: Illinois, North Carolina, Texas.
They're all representing, and what a lively crowd they are. And luckily for them and for us, it's less chilly than yesterday
That's
morning.
true. It feels
out here.
nice. It feels
It's
nice.
perfect.
See the Girl Scouts over here?
Hey, Girl
North
Scouts!
Carolina.
And Russ, they brought us some cookies.
They brought us cookies.
Isn't that nice?
Such a deal. Were you a Girl Scout?
I hooked this up now.
Ah.
Can't say that I was, but I got the uniform today.
It's the nicest looking uniform I've ever seen.
Thank you very much, Russ.
Welcome back to the early show. I'm Russ Mitchell, along with Maggie Rodriguez from the Saturday Early Show. Hannah and Harry are off, while Julie Chen is in Los Angeles. Julie, we'll save you some cookies.
Samoas, please.
Okay.
You got it.
Right? Hands down. Forget about the Thin Mints. Good morning, you guys. Coming up this morning, an amazing fitness trainer who calls herself High Voltage. She's lighting up the lives of some teenage girls. Russ?
You know, I keep eating those Thin Mints, but I don't get any thinner. I don't understand how that works out. Also, John Cusack is going to stop by to talk about his new movie thriller, 1408.
But first, let's check the news. Jeff Glore is at the news desk in New York. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Maggie. Good morning, everyone. An uneasy quiet in Gaza, but Hamas is firmly in control. Hamas fighters arrested defeated Fatah leaders, then granted them amnesty. Other Fatah supporters have fled. Hamas took control of Gaza on Thursday. A week of fighting left more than 90 dead. Engineers are reporting mixed results in computer repairs on the International Space Station. So far, scientists have not pinpointed the cause of the computer failures, which have crippled vital systems. Meanwhile, astronauts plan a spacewalk today to repair the shuttle's thermal blankets. In Britain, paying tribute to Princess Diana. In a rare interview, Princes William and Harry spoke with the BBC about their mother's legacy. The two have planned a charity concert to mark the 10th anniversary of Diana's death.
It's one of those things that it's very sad, but you know, you learn to deal with it, and there's plenty of other people out there who've got, you know, the same or worse problems that we've had. So
I think the nicest thing, the fact that she was our mother, she had her public side and she had her private side, and the private side was very small in comparison.
That concert is planned for July 1st. The wife of Reverend Billy Graham has died. Ruth Graham passed away Thursday at their family's North Carolina home. She was recently treated for pneumonia. Reverend Graham says no one else could have borne the load she carried. Ruth Graham was 87 years old. Right now, Dave is in Greenwich, Connecticut with another check of the weather.
This weather allergy report sponsored by Claritin Allergy Products. Live Claritin Clear.
What a gorgeous morning here in Fairfield County. It is beautiful. We're at the Delamar Hotel, right on board a remarkable vessel, and we'll talk about all of that and meet this group's conductor in just a couple of moments. In the meantime, though, it's time for our weekly allergy report, so let's get to it and see what's happening all around the country. It looks like allergy sufferers are going to be in for some real trouble in the South. It looks like we're going to see some pollen levels which are going to be adjusting. By the end of the weekend, the pollen levels are going to be low, and that's good news. but the Great Lakes region and the Plain States look good too. Pollen forecast brought to you by AccuWeather.com. For more information on your local pollen count, go to CBSNews.com. Now let's check the weather all across the country and see what's happening. Looks like good news in the Northeast as finally that storm system sitting just offshore is going to move out of the way. An area of high pressure is going to roll in and temperatures are going to warm up. Plain States and down by Texas, strong thunderstorms today. Hot, hot, hot in the southwest, and the west coast looks good top to bottom. That's a quick look at the national map. Say it with me. Here's an early look at what's going on in your area.
Good morning, everybody. This is meteorologist Jeff Baradelli in Weather Control. Hope your day is off to a nice start. It should be mainly dry, but there are a couple of showers developing right now, so don't be surprised if you run into one. Numerous showers and thunderstorms expected this afternoon, and then tropical moisture spills across the state tomorrow and Sunday, which means a lot of clouds over your weekend and a lot of showers and thunderstorms. Even in the morning, we could see some of those storms build, especially along the coast. So showers and storms are a pretty good bet each and every day. The stormiest day looks to be on Saturday. Everyone, make it a nice day.
You know what? Time magazine wrote about our guest, it just may be that there is no greater innovative force in American music than Robert Boudreau. And he's joining us this morning with this remarkable group of performers. It is so nice to see you, my friend.
Well, thank you very much, Dave.
Now, you know what? Today, oddly enough, is my parents' 50th anniversary. And I know what a long time it is to be involved in a union like that. And you have been doing this for 50 years as of next week.
June 23rd was our first concert in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Tell us a little bit about this group and how you first decided to take an orchestra to the seas, or to the water, if you will.
Well, my first sponsor was Henry J. Hines II. And we lived in Pittsburgh area, and there were rivers there. The Allegheny, the Monongahela, the Ohio.
3 rivers.
3 rivers. And that made the determination that we should use the rivers. Seemed natural.
And at that time, you were using a salvage barge.
Right. I was a poor chicken farmer from Massachusetts, and they knew there was one coming, so I said, I need a barge. They said, we got one back there, and we went back to the island, and it was sunk. They said, but we can raise it up and patch it.
And then in 1976, you got this beautiful vessel.
That's right.
And then you decided to go and play after Katrina for a solid month, am I right?
That's correct.
And bring music to the people of New Orleans.
Yeah, in '76, we started our bicentennial tour in Gulfport and Biloxi. And Boudreau, as you know, is a big name down in Louisiana. And we'd played there many times before. And I have to tell you one quick story.
Well, hold on. Why don't we hear our quick story at 8:30 when we get together with you to play. In the meantime, though, there are people like Benny Senak who are sitting back there who are great benefactors of this orchestra, making sure they can continue to play. We'll see you guys in just a little bit. We'll hear more of the history of this group and hear a great concert coming up. Maggie, let's send it back to you in New York.
Thanks a lot, Dave, and happy anniversary to the Prices. That's huge. Still ahead here for us on the early show, a woman who shows high school girls how to make their lives better. You just have to get your energy up. Lots of energy out here on the plaza this morning. We'll be right back. This is the early show on CBS.
When my allergies get bad, I feel like I'm in a fog.
Jared!
Now, I'm Claritin Clear. Claritin gives me non-drowsy relief from my worst symptoms for 24 hours. It's the only one proven to make me alert and focused.
Jared!
Claritin. Live Claritin Clear.
The world goes on and on, twisting kaleidoscope. The things you never dreamed you'd be there, see it. Hold your dreams and fly, no need for looking back. You got it now, don't ever let it go. 'Cause once you know, your heart will always be. So here's to you.
Got too much on your plate to think about what should go on your plate? Drink Ensure, a source of complete balanced nutrition. So when you can't eat right, eat smart. Now Ensure has a new taste that's more delicious than ever.
Ah, soft. It must be Charmin Ultra. It's our best Charmin ever. It's so soft, you'll want more. But so absorbent, you can use less. You can use less because it's more absorbent than the leading value brand. It's our softest for sure. Less is even more. Try Charmin Ultra, best for bare bottoms.
Slow grilled wild salmon with crisp garden greens simmered in a fragrant reduction. Inspiration for fancy feast, elegant medleys. The restaurant-inspired food for cats. Delight her with wild salmon Florentine in a delicate sauce with garden greens. One of many artfully prepared dishes. Fancy Feast Elegant Medleys. Is it love or is it Fancy Feast?
I had a lady and her daughter come in, kind of panicked. She was from out of town visiting her grandchildren. She left her blood pressure medication at home. I said, don't worry. We're going to take care of you. Just have a seat. So we called her pharmacy back home to transfer her prescriptions for her. And then we also called her insurance company to make sure that she wouldn't have to pay any extra, and it made us feel good to see her leave the pharmacy and to know that she could enjoy her daughter and her grandchildren. My name is Melvin Smith, and I'm a CVS pharmacist.
Bipolar disorder.
Shrek! Everybody's talking about Shrek the Third. Okay! It's the best Shrek yet. Gene Shalit hails. No ruler is cooler. Long live Shrek. It's spicy. DreamWorks Shrek the Third. Rated PG. Now playing.
It's a brand new 2007 Hyundai Sonata from just $139 per month. $139 a month. Only at Bill Seidel's Hyundai, Northwest 36th Street and 32nd Avenue. Just 10 blocks east of the airport.
There's new evidence that high voltage fights childhood obesity. We're not talking about electroshock therapy. High voltage is the nickname of Kathy Dolgen, a fitness coach to the stars who now donates her time to help teenage girls. As Early Show national correspondent Tracy Smith found out, the results are electrifying.
10, 12, 2. From way back here, it looks like any old aerobics class. Reach. But get a little closer, and you'll see that instructor is a 60-year-old woman. Okay, guys, have some fun. She goes by the name High Voltage. Push. And you can see why. She runs a program called Energy Up. Its rather ambitious mission to change the lives of high school girls.
Hi, my name is Christina Arbusias. I've been in Energy Up for 1 year, and the biggest change I've seen is I've lost 19 pounds.
One by one, the girls at New York's Mother Cabrini High School told us what Energy Up has done for them.
I have more confidence in myself.
I've lost 30 pounds since I've been in Energy Up.
I feel pumped and great.
And then there was Ramona Fittipaldi, who, since meeting Voltage 4 years ago, has lost 45 pounds.
When I first met Voltage, I was like, this lady is crazy. She is hyper, energized, and very unique, definitely.
Let's go, 7. They're kind of fascinated because they can't keep up with me sometimes. They're like, Voltage, when can I look like you or feel like you? I said, well, I'll tell you what, you have to really eat the Energy Up way, live the Voltage lifestyle, and when you're my age, you can feel this, fit and fabulous too. They're like, cool.
That Voltage lifestyle includes more than just exercise. The girls have traded their French fries for fruit and soda for water. Changes the girls are happy to make.
They're doing it because they actually don't like the smell of greasy food anymore. Or they've really made that connection. Ooh, sugar, I don't like how that makes me feel.
I think that lies. I'm gonna try this one.
The group meets once a week and always begins with a weigh-in. Yeah. And after a group prayer,
Energy Up.
Let's go! The music starts pumping and the bodies start moving. A vigorous workout. An energy concert, Voltage calls them. But Energy Up is about the mind as much as the body. Each energy concert includes affirmations.
I am happy, I am healthy, I am the best, and I deserve the best. Energy Up!
Then the obligatory new food tasting. Voltage brings in food for the girls to sample.
Most of them have had 3 vegetables in their life. Maybe they came out of a can, they didn't taste so good. Of course they don't like them. The Energy Up food tasting at the end, it's like you don't have to eat anything, but you have to try it.
A little present for you? Energy Up doesn't end when the school day's over. On a recent Monday, Voltage handed out gift certificates to some of the girls and took them to shop and learn at Whole Foods.
The difference in here, honey, is this says whole grain.
Before, I would eat fattening foods, junk food, but now I eat vegetables, fruits.
Well, I'm eating oranges, apples. I don't like bananas.
These are wonderful for you, sweetheart.
Voltage doesn't claim to have changed these girls. She says she only helped guide them. But maybe this woman with the superhero name really is one.
physically, mentally, spiritually, I have just changed in so many ways, and I'm going to stay this way. I'm very proud of who I've become, and Voltage has been a great part of that.
For The Early Show, Tracy Smith, CBS News, New York.
The Energy Up program is free for the 3 schools that use it. Voltage wants to expand it to more schools if she gets enough funding. You can find out more on our website at cbsnews.com. Up next, John Cusack is a writer who doesn't believe in ghosts yet in the new film 1408. He's going to be here when we come back.
Study Hall, sponsored by Purina. Your pet, our passion.
Is your cat searching for more flavors? Discover Friskies Feline Favorites, the only dry cat food with real carnation milk, chicken, seafood, and liver flavors, plus real milk. Delicious and nutritious. Feline Favorites from Friskies.
Getting more, Kenmore. Sears, where it begins.
What the? Barbara. Bob?
Honey, we're drinking Silk.
Soy milk?
Paul, we both have demanding jobs. We need more than just coffee in the morning. Silk has soy protein, antioxidants, can help keep your heart healthy.
Okay, think heart. Heart. No, can't do it.
Oh, you're pathetic.
All right.
Right. Well, what do you think?
It's good. You guys should try this.
Silk, beyond nutrition. Introducing Silk Plus with fiber or omega-3 DHA.
Scalpel, syringe, laser. Imagine becoming your own eye specialist. While drastic measures aren't for you, now there's an eye treatment that is. Introducing Regenerist Eye Dermapod. Its revolutionary new form resurfaces, helps fill in lines, and decongests puffiness. So get the results you want without ever leaving home. Regenerist Eye Dermapod from Olay. Love the skin you're in.
Bye. Oh, hey guys. I know, I haven't been sleeping.
Really? And not doing a thing about it hasn't helped? Weird.
What the furball is trying to say is that we miss you.
And those bags under your eyes are looking rough.
You said you'd see your doctor.
But if I need pills, I don't want to start something I can't stop.
Chill. I told you, there is something different.
Did you just say chill?
When you can't sleep, you can't dream. That's why there's Roserum, the first and only prescription sleep aid that in clinical studies shows no potential for abuse or dependence. That means you can take it as long as you need it and stop when you don't. Your doctor can explain why Roserum is so different. Don't take Roserum if you're taking Luvox, fluvoxamine, or have severe liver problems. Avoid taking it with alcohol. Don't drive or operate machinery until you know how you'll react to Roserum. Roserum may affect some hormones. Consult your doctor about how this may affect you, or if your insomnia doesn't improve. Take Roserum right before bed. Side effects may include drowsiness, fatigue, and dizziness.
All right. I'll call my doctor.
Having trouble getting to work after a car accident? One call to Farmers Help Point could fix that. Farmers Help Point. Sanity makes a comeback.
In 25 years in Hollywood, John Cusack has done it all. Comedy to drama to big-budget blockbusters. His new movie is a thriller called 1408, based on a Stephen King story. Cusack checks into a haunted hotel, hoping to find a logical explanation for the mystery of room 1408.
Just give me the key. Listen, I stayed at the Bigsby house. I brushed my teeth right next to the tub where Sir David Smith drowned his whole family, and I stopped being afraid of vampires when I was 12. Do you know why I can stay in your spooky old room, Mr. Olin? Because I know that ghoulies and ghosties and long-legged beasties don't exist. Even if they did, there's no God to protect us from them, is there?
So I can't talk you out of this.
I think we've reached an understanding.
Very well.
And here he is, John Cusack. John, thanks for coming in. Pleasure. It is great to see you. This movie is a lot. You brought some folks with you, I see.
Yeah.
This movie is a lot of fun. It's more of a psychological thriller than a horror movie. You think a lot of women are going to enjoy it. Why?
Well, it's strange. Women have actually been the biggest fans of the movie, and you wouldn't normally think that for a Stephen King film, but I think it's sort of a supernatural thriller, and the character has a lot of his past kind of revealed.
Yeah.
About a relationship between a wife and his daughter, and the room, which is sort of a portal to a bunch of different dimensions, uses whoever walks into it, uses his demons against him. So it brings up the relationship between his wife and his daughter back into the room. So for some reason, the women seem to be the biggest fans of the movie so far.
There's a lot of stuff going on here. You play Mike Inslin, a cynical author in the midst of investigating haunted houses, looking into haunted houses. You get this mysterious postcard saying you have to come to the Dolphin Hotel, a fictitious hotel in New York City, and check into room 1408. But the hotel manager, Sam Jackson, who we saw there, is reluctant to give you the keys. Why?
Well, he's, you know, as he says, his training is as a hotel manager, not a coroner. And I think he's trying to con me, because I'm playing a very cynical character who really doesn't believe in the afterlife and doesn't believe in the mystery of the room. But that's because of his relationship with his wife and his daughter. And he's basically kind of secretly daring the devil to come out and play. He's saying, come on, bring it on. Let's see if somebody's there. And usually in really good stories, when people tempt the gods, they usually get their comeuppance. And so he stumbles onto the real thing, and he has to really ride it out.
I see.
So it's more like Rod Serling and The Sixth Sense than it is, you know, one of these slasher horror films. It's kind of it's an interesting film.
Well, the interesting is we said 25 years.
I'm proud of it, so it's nice.
It's clear you're proud of it. It's hard to believe you've been around for 25 years in movies. At this point, what are you looking for in a role when someone 25? Yeah.
Yikes.
Sorry, buddy. But when a script comes to you or someone presents a project to you, what are you looking for?
I'm really looking for an original story and good people to work with, you know, and a challenge. And this was all those things. A terrific director, producer, and we had Stephen King as a source material, who has made a lot of fantastic films from the short stories like Dolores Claiborne and The Shawshank Redemption and
of course
Misery. I mean, he's a terrific writer and a very underrated storyteller and an underrated, I think, developer of characters. These characters become fully formed, and they've all got very complex pasts, and they all just leap off the page.
Yeah.
And when I grew up, I really loved some of his classic horror films. And I know he didn't like The Shining too much. I'd read, but I sure did, and I liked Carrie. And I remember as a kid, I read the book The Stand, and I thought, oh, this is going to be my summer read. And I started reading it, and I don't think I went to bed until I finished it. About 1,000 pages. So I was, I'm a great admirer of Stephen King's. He makes it look so easy.
Yeah, he certainly does. About 20 seconds left. You got a movie coming out later on this year. Grace is Gone. I know you're very proud about. Very proud of.
Yeah, I produced a film called Grace is Gone, coming out about. It's about the Iraq conflict and some of the issues that the families have when the coffins come home, because the Bush administration banned photos of the dead. So I thought that was a very egregious political act.
John, we got to go. More politics later. Thanks a lot for joining us. We do appreciate it. There is more to come this morning. Stay with us. Your local news is next.
This weekend marquee sponsored by Hallmark Gold Crown. Give a card with sound this Father's Day.
The essential power of omega-3.
Did you know it's now in skincare that's proven to fight wrinkles?
Introducing Nutritioniste Ultra Lift, a skincare first from Garnier. Only Ultra Lift captures the power of our dermatological nutrients, so it acts from the inside out to effectively lift wrinkles. Clinically proven, skin is noticeably firmer, visibly smoothed.
And that's very uplifting.
New Garnier Nutritioniste Ultra Lift.
Great skin from the inside out. Garnier. Take care.
How do the professionals fight bugs? They put down a barrier that stops them dead. Now you can too. Presenting Ortho Home Defense Max. Now one easy application inside and out controls bugs for up to 12 full months. Ortho forms a barrier, killing the bugs you have, stopping new ones from coming in. For year-long control in your home, guaranteed. Ortho Home Defense Max. Kill bugs like a pro.
Nick McMurdy chose a Carrier Infinity system because it can save him up to 56% on cooling costs. Here he explains the technology that makes it possible. So maybe Nick can't explain what makes his Carrier system the most energy-efficient heating and cooling system you can buy. Frankly, why should he? That's our job. Carrier, turn to the experts.
No matter what your dishes go through, new Cascade Complete with Bleach Hydro Clean Action cleans even residue you can't see. New Cascade Complete with the cleaning power of bleach. Cascade, America's #1 choice in automatic dishwashing by over 2 to 1.
New Minute Maid Active Orange Juice, nature's pure goodness and our own special touch. Added glucosamine to help protect healthy joints. Stay healthy, stay active. Minute Maid. There's goodness in every minute.
Is your cat searching for more flavors? Discover Friskies Feline Favorites, the only dry cat food with real carnation milk, chicken, seafood, and liver flavors, plus real milk. Delicious and nutritious. Feline Favorites from Friskies.
Dad, we need a new fridge. This one's old.
You think?
Yeah, and what's up with the cabinets? And these lights? We need to go to Home Depot.
The Home Depot can help you update like never before. Get no payments, no interest for 12 months on purchases store-wide of $2.99 or more through Sunday with your Home Depot consumer credit card.
The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Now live, this is CBS 4 News This Morning.
Well, good morning. I'm Yusila Ramirez in for Joy Purdy.
And I'm George Estevez. It's 8:25 on this Friday. Here's your live news update. Work crews are back at Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood trying to clean this mess up, a scaffolding that collapsed. The structure came crashing down in yesterday's rough weather. No one was hurt. Good news there. Crews may have to cut electricity to the area, though, to clean up this mess. Ironically, the scaffolding was for workers building a hurricane-resistant building at the hospital.
A Miami-Dade college student is hospitalized in critical condition, the victim of a love triangle that turned violent. Police say the victim was abducted from Miami-Dade's Hialeah campus last night by her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. That's when police say she was stabbed. The victim managed to get away, and police say the suspect then hit her with the car and crashed. The victim got up again and managed to get help. The suspect was arrested.
This morning, the property tax deal is done and the fight is not over. All of us will get a chance to vote on it in January on whether we want to create a super homestead exemption. Homeowners would have the option of staying on the current Save Our Homes plan if it saves them more money. The plan calls for a tax rollback between 3% and 9%.
Now let's get a live update on traffic. For that, we go to Christopher Leonard.
Top 4 continues to monitor an accident from about a half hour ago. This is on US 441, State Road 7 at Northwest 138th Street in Miami-Dade. The 441 southbound lanes are closed, and southbound is being diverted over to the northbound lanes, so a bit time-consuming through that stretch, both north and southbound. An accident on 95 this morning, southbound at 95th Street. A little heavy on the approach, not too terribly bad. 25 minutes from the Golden Glades down to the Airport Expressway. I'm Christopher Leonard, live in CBS 4 Traffic Control. Jeff Baradilli now with the CBS 4 Weather Control.
Thank you, Christopher. Good morning, everybody. This is meteorologist Jeff Baradilli, as he just said. Temperatures right now starting out around 80 degrees, so we're beginning to warm up with this hot summer sunshine. For the most part, it's dry, and we're starting out with sunshine. Problem is we have showers, downpours that are building in the extreme southern tip of Florida. A couple of showers approaching the Florida City Homestead area, and a few of those will spread north along US 1 over the next hour or so. Expect those showers and storms to arrive early during the day today because we have moisture on the advance northward. As you can see across the Caribbean, a big blowup of convection. National Hurricane Center says that conditions unfavorable right now for development. However, they have a hurricane hunter on standby to investigate if, in fact, it starts to become better organized. Right now, it is not an organized tropical system. What it will do is bring us plenty of tropical moisture over the weekend. Showers and thunderstorms becoming likely this afternoon. Lots of clouds tomorrow. Really very few breaks. I think we'll see a lot of downpours even in the early morning. Then as we head into Dad's Day, the tropical moisture kind of enshrouds, if you will, encompasses all of the state. I think the brunt of it, though, will move north into central Florida, so perhaps we'll see less in the way of clouds and perhaps a couple more breaks in the overcast. But really this weekend looking a little bit on the dreary side. But again, there will be windows of opportunity to get outside and enjoy the weather. It'll just be kind of a touch and go situation. So here is your extended forecast now today. Storms becoming likely, some downpours. They develop a little earlier than is typical, and that trend continues tomorrow and Sunday with all the tropical air across our area. Expect heavy downpours, localized flooding. Again, probably the stormiest day is on Saturday. Then, as we head into Dad's Day, more storms in the forecast, but also hopefully a few more breaks as well. Notice how daytime temperatures are not in the 90s. They're held down because of the extra cloud cover in the mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Jeff Baradelli. Make it a great Friday and have a great holiday weekend, everybody.
I'm Jeff Katz. 30 years ago, I founded Dolphin Carpet & Tile. Thank you for making us the largest carpet dealer in Florida with over 1 million square feet in stock. If you need new flooring, come to Dolphin Carpet & Tile. You'll be glad you did, I guarantee it.
So what should we get Daddy for Father's Day?
A golf shirt.
Okay.
Shorts, a tie. He needs a wallet, too.
Guess we're going to Ross.
A belt, a watch, a basketball, and a new pair of jeans.
I'm definitely going to Ross.
You can see all your favorite daytime stars at the 34th Annual Daytime Emmys, Friday, June 15th on CBS 4. Brought to you locally by Crest White Strips.
So what should we get Daddy for Father's Day?
A golf shirt.
Okay.
Shorts, a tie. He needs a wallet, too.
Guess we're going to Ross.
A belt, a watch, a basketball, and a new pair of jeans.
I'm definitely going to Ross.
I'm Jeff Katz. 30 years ago, I founded Dolphin Carpet & Tile. Thank you for making us the largest importer of hardwood and laminate floors in South Florida. If you need new flooring, come to Dolphin Carpet & Tile. You'll be glad you did, I guarantee it.
Chief Meteorologist David Bernard. Accurate, dependable, CBS 4 weather.
Vacation with the early show.
Dave Price is on the road again this summer with our Great American Vacation, and we're going island hopping. Log on to CBSNews.com for details. The early show's Great American Vacation.
Come, let's go on vacation.
Welcome back to the early show on a glorious late spring day here in New York City, the corner of 59th and 5th. Folks from North Carolina, Texas, Kentucky, Missouri, Illinois, all over the place here to visit us today. We certainly appreciate it. Girl Scouts back here have cookies. You have cookies. Do you have cookies?
Cookies from the girls at Rockingham County, North Carolina.
Thank you so much. Cookies, such a deal. Coming up, simple solutions to life, little aggravations like those plastic clamshell packages you can never open. But Julie, I know how to open a box of Girl Scout cookies.
No, usually you have to get like a saw and saw it open, and then then you end up losing a finger, but you get the product out, right?
That's true.
Anyway,
let me see what
ridiculous. All right, well, with summer around the corner, we're going to get some summer decorating advice from our friends over at Pottery Barn. But first, here's Maggie.
Thanks a lot, Julie. Sometimes the most unlikely people become best friends. Sarah James is a network news correspondent here in New York City, while Ginger Money is a wildlife filmmaker who lives 6,000 miles away. They explain their unshakable 30-year bond in a new book, The Best of Friends, 2 women, 2 continents, and 1 enduring friendship. Sarah James, Ginger Money with us this morning. Hi, guys.
Hey, Maggie. It's so nice to meet you.
They love you already. Thank you. I feel like I know you after the book. It was a beautiful book, and it makes so much sense to have a book about friendship written by 2 friends. How'd you come up with that idea, Sarah?
You know, it came to me on a road trip with my husband, and I was sitting there thinking about how I got to that spot in that car with a man from 8,000, 10,000 miles away. And I thought the person who would understand this most in all the world was somebody who lived in Namibia and whose life seemed completely opposite and who did completely different things, but who was like a sister to me, and that's my old friend Ginger. And I called Ginger and said, we should write a book.
Sarah and I have known each other since we were 12 years old, and as we've become adults, our lives have become great.
You grew up in the same
city. We grew up together in Richmond, Virginia, and as adults, our lives have been almost eerily intertwined. I mean, just strange, and wonderful coincidences.
Yes.
And we felt like we love our friendship, we love each other, and it's such an amazing topic to explore. friendship is so vital to women, and we were just happy to be able to celebrate that.
Now, how'd you pull off writing the book if you live 6,000 miles apart?
Email.
Email. You know what? In person, we finish each other's sentences. In the book, we edited each other's chapters. Ginger would write a chapter, send it to me, I'd edit it and send one back to her. So it really is the two voices woven together in the same way that our friendship has been braided together.
That's why it flows so well. You can tell you're good friends from reading the book. The chapters flow.
And you know, writing the book made us even better friends. It was a fantastic experience.
Now, in addition to learning about your friendship, I found the book to be a fascinating window into two very different worlds and careers. You both had enormous success. With you, Sarah, it was cool to see how you had this dream of being a network journalist since you were a young woman, and you never gave up. Was that the secret to your success, your determination?
You know, sometimes I think the secret was that I didn't know I couldn't do it. It seemed like it should be possible, and that's one of the great benefits of being young is you think, I should be able to do that, and I really want to. And it really all worked out with a lot of lucky breaks and some hard work along the way.
And support from Ginger.
Incredible support from my friend, and I think that was part of it for us the whole time, was being able to support each other personally and professionally.
For you, Ginger, it was not so much following a goal, because you for a long time didn't even have one, didn't know what you were going to do. And then you took this leap of faith and went to Africa. So sometimes you got to follow your heart, right?
I think you're absolutely right, Maggie. I think one thing that this book explores that's really important to both of us is the fact that in your 20s, you may think you have life figured out, and then you get thrown a curveball. You pick up the pieces and you try again and again and again to find a life that makes you complete. And I found mine in Africa.
And you found these lives and these enriching careers, and we watch you in the book. You're in the middle of these jobs and you start having children. And I really identified with this part. As a new mom myself, you begin to struggle with the balance. Do you think it's possible to be a successful career woman and a good mom at the same time, Sarah?
Oh, I definitely do. I think that there's so many women who are doing this in all different walks of life, and I think it brings something to your children, and your children inform your work. I report differently since I became a mom, and I really think it's a wonderful part of life. But it does require balance, and it's something that we struggle with, and that you call your friend and go, Sophie's not sleeping, what do I do?
And then you have a friend who's going through it too, because even your children are similar ages.
Yes,
Ginger.
they are. And we conspire that one day they'll get married.
I wouldn't be surprised. Is there one overriding message, Ginger, that you want to portray in the book?
Treasure your friends. Call on them. If you've lost contact with a friend, pick up the phone, find them on Google, but just make contact. You know, they are there for you. And because life is so busy and complicated, sometimes we don't have time to stay in touch as much as we would like, but dear friends understand that, and they're waiting for you. Reach out.
Thank you both so much for being with us this morning. Wonderful book, and you can see an excerpt from The Best of Friends on our website at cbsnews.com. Right now, let's go back to Dave in Greenwich, Connecticut for our final check of the weather. Hi, Dave.
This is really the moment you've all been waiting for, of course. We have, of course, this remarkable orchestra, the American Wind Symphony Orchestra right here, and we're on the point, counterpoint 2. We're going to be playing a ditty that we were rehearsing just a couple of minutes ago. So, orchestra? No, orchestra. Orchestra, please. Yeah. This is how we do it in the orchestra business. Sit down. Okay, stand up again. Now, bow. Yeah. All right, now sit down. Here we go. What do you think of that? That's pretty cool, huh? You feel like you have all the power. Here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know, when you're a weather guy and you wave for a living, conducting an orchestra is not that difficult. Again, they were founded in 1957, originally on a barge which had been discarded. And in 1976, of course, they got on this beautiful barge designed by the famous architect Louis Kahn. They're on their way, of course, to the International Festival of the Arts in New Haven. and that's coming up in just a little while. Let's take a look at the weather picture right now, shall we? Here's what's happening all across the country, everyone. How about some trombone later? Looks like the Northeast is going to be gorgeous as we head through the next 48 hours. Maybe some showers and thunder showers as you head through Texas. West Coast looks good. Southwest is going to be on the steamy side. And New Orleans could see some rain. That's a quick look at the national map. Here's an early look at what's going on in your area.
Good morning, everybody. This is meteorologist Jeff Baradelli in Weather Control. I hope your day is off to a nice start. The way it looks today is we're going to see mainly dry conditions this morning, but there will be a couple of showers. Quickly, showers and thunderstorms will build this afternoon, and more tropical moisture follows tomorrow and again on Sunday. So numerous showers and thunderstorms straight through your weekend. Limited sunshine, especially tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, looks to be your wettest day. And then as we head on into Sunday, hopefully some breaks for Dad's Day, but more storms in the forecast. I'm meteorologist Jeff Baradelli here in Weather Control.
We'll see you a little later. Maybe we'll have an encore. Come on, here we go. Big ending. We gotta throw back to New York. They're not listening.
Thank you very much, David. They say don't sweat the small stuff, but it's the small stuff that can cause a huge amount of stress. So we asked early show consumer correspondent Susan Kopen to recommend some simple fixes for everyday problems that drive us nuts. Hello, Susan.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. Let's talk about when the kids draw on the walls with crayons. You've got a way to get that off the wall.
Any parent can relate to this. So we have a pretend wall here, and I'm just going to draw some crayon on here. I like the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. You dip this in water, squeeze the water out, and then you just start rubbing, and you see the crayon is disappearing. This is great. I mean, you can even use this on your hubcaps and clean your car with this stuff. But
One-stop shopping.
It's great for getting off crayon.
I would think it's best to get this off shortly after the crayon mark is on it.
I have actually used this to get off permanent marker, which was on a play set for 3 years. When Mom couldn't get it off, I used this and it came off.
Magical stuff. Okay. You got these things here. You get a remote control. It comes in this annoying package that you can never open without cutting your hands on.
The clamshell. We have all dealt with this. So I like something called the Open X. It's a device made specifically to open these clamshell packages. So I'm going to show you how to do it. You make a little slit at the bottom.
That's very sharp. So
yes.
Is it for adults?
Okay. I can do this. All right. So then you kind of work this thing in there.
Yeah.
And then you just zip up the side. So you are. There you go. And
That's
you zip
a lot
around,
easier.
See? So it's opening up.
No muss, no fuss, and there it is right there. And where can you buy something like that?
This you can get online. They have a website, and it's not that expensive either.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about this over here. You've seen this stuff in the stores.
Yeah. Press and seal.
You say it has many other functions.
Right. Normally we'd use this for food, but something we can do. Your kid doesn't finish his or her milk, which is kind of annoying. You want to put it back in the fridge, but you don't have a lid for the glass. You can actually put the press and seal on there, and it's really kind of sticky. It's made out of an ingredient that's used in chewing gum. And I'm going to dump this upside down. Let's hope it doesn't spill everywhere.
Wow.
Cool? How cool is that?
Yes. How about that?
And you can take that on the road with you. Put that in the car.
This is a nifty little idea you have for us here as well.
So soggy salad, and this idea actually comes from a real user of the press and seal. Soggy salad, you bring your salad to work for lunch. You don't want to put the dressing on already because it gets soggy. So you make a little baggie out of the press and seal. Put your dressing in there, and then when you get to work, you open it up and pour it on.
Such a deal. Such a deal.
Cool, huh?
And the book right here, you've got a cover on the book?
Yeah, so when you're baking or cooking, you don't want to get your cookbook all messed up. Just put some press and seal right down on the pages, so if you spill the flour, the egg, whatever, you can just peel it right off so it doesn't ruin your book.
Miracle Products. Okay, there's a website out there called Zappos.com.
Zappos.com. This is a website for anyone who has big feet, small feet, wide feet, narrow feet, and you're the person who goes around from store to store to store trying to find your size and you can't find it, they have it. More than 2 million pairs of shoes on their website. You type in what your size is and what kind of shoe you're looking for, and boom, it'll pop up all the shoes that are in your size. Also, they have free overnight delivery, so if you need gold shoes to go with that black dress, you can order it. If they don't fit, free shipping back.
I'll keep that in mind. Competitive pricing as well on this
great
website?
prices.
Well, and ZAPPOS.
ZAPPOS.com.
All right. Susan Copeland, as always, thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
A lot of good stuff. And now here's Julie in Los Angeles with design, decor, and more.
If you decorate your house for Christmas every December, maybe you should think about decorating it for summer this time of year. Recently, I got some summer decorating ideas at Pottery Barn's New York City flagship store. As we get used to the warmer weather, why not let your house reflect this special time of year? Design expert Susanna Salk is here to show us how to summarize our home with very little time, effort, and money. Sounds like magic. How are we going to do that?
It's easy. It's all about the power of accessories. And there's so many great summer accessories that very easy to bring into your rooms.
You're holding one now.
I'm holding one now. Again, we think of the beach, marine life, sea life, but this year I'm seeing it in a very sophisticated, modern way in silver.
Yeah, I've never seen any silver crabs on my beaches.
Yeah, exactly. but even if you live just in the city and you never got out to the beach, this would be a fun way to bring it into your home.
Okay.
And as I said, I'm seeing a lot of it everywhere. Like, look at these great sea urchins, and I got a lot of them, and I thought this would be so great for a summer dinner party. You could put it in a vase, put a bunch of them on your table, and then you're done for the summer. It looks beautiful. Another way are these great prints. Not expensive. I bought a used art book. I tore out the images that I liked and I put them in white frames. And it's that white that really makes it feel summery to me.
So that cost you like all of
$20.
Very, I like that.
So easy. And then again, those beautiful white starfish I think make such a great accent anywhere in the house, but I love it on the mantle.
And you tied it into the fireplace because no one's going to use a fireplace.
You don't use it as much this time of year. So what would be an easy way? This is all faux coral and starfish. Again, that hyper white I think is so fresh and pretty. I put it in a bowl, I added one candle, and I just think it looks beautiful, and it can just be there the entire summer.
Get rid of the wood and put this stuff in.
Put that in for an easy way.
What if I want to bring like some green or some nature
the garden.
into the,
English garden, well, is such a traditional, wonderful way to do it. And this year I'm seeing a lot of faux, so no work involved. This is a faux topiary, faux thyme, and the pretty terracotta pots. Get them in June. Forget about them until whenever. You may want to leave them there all year round.
No way to kill them.
No way to kill them.
You don't have to worry about sunlight or water issues.
Good news, exactly. They just look so pretty. The cabbage bowl, I love. These are very traditional summer elements, but with a little bit of a twist.
Low maintenance is key.
Low maintenance is very key.
All right, tell me what you did over here, because this looks a little bit involved. That's a big curtain panel.
I know, but it's very easy. I mean, color is something that we associate with summer, and I'm seeing such bold color right now. Again, anchored with that white. This curtain would be so fun in a guest room, or even in your bathroom if you just wanted to use one panel to bring, again, some color into your rooms.
Pop.
It would just look great. And these are not expensive and easy way. If this feels a little bit scary because it's a little bit too much, try just a pillow. Look at that pretty tropical punch of the floral pillow. I would get like 7 of these and put them on chairs all over the house. Easy way to bring summer in. And then finally, take out your shades. If you have sort of beige, neutral shades that you have all year round, take them off and maybe get a floral lampshade. Look at this pretty floral, and look what this does to the lamp. All of a sudden, it's a complete summer.
Yes. It says warm weather is outside.
I love it. So that's easy.
Okay, and then in the living room, you can accessorize here and there. You mentioned pillows.
Yes, and these kind of have a global feel to them. We've been using a lot of global accessories for a while now. They're so beautiful. Yes, and these all have a summer element in that they are colorful. They've got that big white graphic pattern. Instant transformation to a white sofa. Here, I did something with accessories. I took kind of an exotic basket and I filled it with these white spheres of shells. So easy to do.
And then that lantern.
The lantern, which is sort of somber and mysterious, I summarized it by putting some sand and some shells on the bottom and a white candle. Again, these are very easy little ways to bring sort of a summer moment into your home. The white picture frame, too.
But the detail I love on this coffee table is that you took off the boring wood knobs and put on very
exotic ones, which I found for less than $10. There's so many great knobs and hardware choices out there right now that we forget that if you've been living with a coffee table for years and years and years, think about just taking out the knobs, I love these, and actually look how they correspond with the pillows. It's an easy way to transform either a flea market find or something that you've had around for a long time. Not expensive, easy to do, just a little imagination, and it comes alive.
Little effort, little money. Like you promised. Susanna Salk, thanks so much.
Thanks, Julie.
You're welcome. And you can find more design ideas for summer on our website at cbsnews.com. We'll be right back. You're watching The Early Show on CBS.
Guys, you had to know this was coming.
Actually,
Lease a brand new Kia Optima or Kia Sportage. Your choice from just $199 a month. Only at Bill Settles Kia, Northwest 36th Street and 32nd Avenue. Just 10 blocks east of the airport.
On our next show, this mom of 7 navigates the aisles and shares her grocery store secrets with you. Then, she's Julia's niece and Eric's daughter. Now it's Emma Roberts' turn in the spotlight. And cold chicken satay noodles.
Today at 3 on 4.
I'm taking your calls, personally, elaborate schemes.
Get your coats. There are limos outside.
Midnight flights.
We have a special guest just for you.
It's a party next Oprah.
Today at 4 on 4.
Here's where a football game turns into a family reunion. Here's where the Dolphins score and I do the dance.
Here's where I join a team that's 75,000 strong.
Here's where my cheers lead to their victory.
Here's where the Dolphins run out of the tunnel and my soul takes the field.
The new Dolphin Stadium. The fans are here. For season tickets and club level memberships, call 888-FINSTICKS or select your seats online at MiamiDolphins.com.
Introducing the 2007 Cadillac CTS Bose Edition, complete with sunroof, Bose sound system, 3.6-liter engine, and wood and leather trim. It's everything you need now to play at full volume.
Visit your South Florida Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer. Residency restrictions apply.
Lease a brand new 2007 Hyundai Sonata from just $139 per month. $139 a month. Only at Bill Settles Hyundai, Northwest 36th Street and 32nd Avenue. Just 10 blocks east of the airport.
This is your last chance. You only have until Sunday to register and tell the American Express Members Project how you would change the world. American Express will donate $1 for everyone who registers, and that money goes to making one winning dream a reality. We've already seen great ideas, like a program to give jobs to struggling farmers so they can feed the hungry, or an organization that drives women to their homes at night, keeping them safe. Or how about creating an environment for stray dogs and cats that is safe and educational? Go to the Early Show website at cbsnews.com and click on Members Project. Remember to register. It makes the pot of money grow. And this Sunday, June 17th, is your last chance. So log on, rate ideas, submit your own, and American Express could help you change the world. Okay, tomorrow morning, Jeff Glora joins Maggie for the Saturday Early Show, affectionately known around here as The Big Show.
The Big Show, and with good reason, Russ. As you know, we got a lot of good stuff coming up tomorrow. You know, it's beach weather. You got to start wearing the bikinis soon. So we're going to tell you about quick exercises that you can do to get in shape like that.
Also, a lot of us pay for things online, but a lot of us are concerned about security. We'll talk about the safest ways to pay online.
And here's why we call it The Big Show. Are you ready? We have Carlos Santana in our Second Cup Cafe. In honor of Father's Day weekend, he's going to perform with his son, Salvador, who's also a musician. Let's hear it for The Big Show tomorrow. Don't miss it.
A big Father's Day show.
Yes, The Big Show, a fine broadcast, one of my favorites, certainly.
Thank you, Russ.
We're learning from the master.
Julie Chen's in Los Angeles. Julie, have a great weekend.
You too have a great Father's Day. I have big plans to watch The Big Show. Bye, everybody.
Excellent. Hey, Julie, thank you.
You know, we want to say goodbye to Dave Price, but Dave's a little busy right now. It looks like. Dave, he can't hear me at all. He's so busy.
The most spastic conductor I've ever seen, but cute.
He's just going nuts.
Scary looking, actually.
He's just going nuts.
We're going to leave you listening to the band there in Greenwich, Connecticut, and shots of Dave Price. We hope all you dads out there have a wonderful Father's Day. Enjoy. We'll see you on Monday. Your local news is next.
Lots of caffeine.
Next week on The Early
Show. Are you a first-time home buyer or simply trying to sell in a slumping market? Don't shut the door on your real estate options. Our guide has homeowner tips for buyers and sellers. That plus Angelina Jolie and a summer concert by Toby Keith. Next week on The Early Show.
The Make-A-Wish Foundation gave this young artist the gift of hope. Tonight, how she's using her art to repay their kindness. Assignment America on the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric.
Hi, I'm Jeff Katz. 30 years ago, I founded Dolphin Carpet and Tile. Thank you for making us the largest importer of ceramic, porcelain, and marble floors in South Florida. If you need new flooring, come to Dolphin Carpet and Tile. You'll be glad you did, I guarantee it.
Next, E.T. Countdown to the Daytime Emmys. Bob Barker's emotional ride. And Rachel Ray's red carpet surprise. Then, breaking John Travolta news. Marsha Brady's final weigh-in. And Frisky over 50. Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on 4.
If you've never tasted Papa John's Smokehouse Bacon and Ham Pizza, you've never tasted the rich, authentic flavor of our hickory smoked bacon and ham. Fresh sliced green peppers and onions. And our fresh hand-tossed dough. If you never tasted Papa John's better ingredients, taste the difference quality makes. Taste our new Smokehouse Bacon and Ham Pizza for $11.99. Call or click papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Repo Ready Sale, open to the public. Surplus vehicles need to be sold off immediately. Save thousands with prices starting at just $9.99. All major manufacturers will be represented. Bank repossessions, lease returns, and recent trade-ins. Receive 500 miles of free gas. Will eliminate over 200 vehicles in only 6 days, regardless of loss or profit. Get up to $3,000 for your trade-in. Lenders on site for immediate loan processing. This sale will not be repeated. 3501 South State Road 7, just north of County Line Road and 441, Hollywood, Florida.
Diana's depression, the royal revelation from her sons. Then the Beeves medical crisis.
Are you worried that this disease will kill you?
And Springer's backstage violence. Next, Insider.
Tonight at 7:30 on 4.
This is a special notice. Every year, Florida International University School of Music replaces its Yamaha practice pianos with new ones. These pianos, including new and used uprights, grands, baby grands, player pianos, and digital pianos, all must be sold this weekend only. This will be your chance to purchase Yamaha pianos and support the School of Music at Florida International University. New pianos start at just $1,995 and baby grands from $4,995. For information, call 305-663-4450. That's 305-663-4450 now.
I'm Jeff Katz. 30 years ago, I founded Dolphin Carpet and Tile. Thank you for making us the largest carpet dealer in Florida with over 1 million square feet in stock. If you need new flooring, come to Dolphin Carpet and Tile. You'll be glad you did, I guarantee it.
Good Friday morning, I'm George Estevez.
And I'm Yusila Ramirez in for Joy Purdy. Here's a look at the stories we're following.
Work crews are back at Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood now trying to clean up a collapsed scaffolding. The structure came crashing down in yesterday's rough weather. Nobody was hurt. Crews may have to cut electricity to the area as they clean up the mess. Ironically, the scaffold was for workers building a hurricane-resistant building at the hospital. A Miami-Dade college student is hospitalized in Critical, the victim of a love triangle that turned violent. Police say the victim was abducted from Miami-Dade's Hialeah campus last night by her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. That's when police say she was stabbed. The victim managed to get away, and police say the suspect then hit her with the car and crashed. The victim got up again and managed to get help. The suspect was arrested. This morning, the property tax deal is done, but the fight continues. All of us will get a chance to vote in January on whether we want to create a super homestead exemption. Homeowners would have the option of staying on the current Save Our Homes plan if it saves them more money. The plan calls for a tax rollback between 3 and 9%. We'll have more on all these stories on CBS 4 News at noon. Right now, though, let's get you your traffic as you head out on a Friday. Very important stuff. Here's Christopher Leonard.
Top 4 over the scene of 595 eastbound at 441 with this injury accident at one point did have the entire interstate shut down. Inbound traffic is very heavy and slow before 441. Here's a camera shot of those delays stretching back near to Pine Island Road on this camera shot. The Dolphin Expressway in Miami-Dade County remains about an hour coming inbound from Doral this morning between the turnpike over to the interchange at the 826 and then continuing in spots from Red Road over to 95. 95, not too bad. One stalled vehicle there in the median gore from the ramp at 151st Street. Have a great weekend. I'm Christopher Leonard, CBS 4 Traffic Control. Here's Jeff Baradelli with your weekend forecast.
Thank you, Christopher. Good morning, everybody. We're starting out mainly on the dry side right now. Temperatures about where they should be. We're beginning to see the temperatures rise up into the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees or so. And we're going to see temperatures max out in the mid to upper 80s today. More cloud cover, better chance of showers and thunderstorms, especially as we head through the rest of the morning. You can see those showers already developing with that wind out of the south, basically. And those showers are developing in the extreme southern tip of the state, but those will begin to progress northward as we head through the morning. So expect showers and storms to develop earlier than typical during the day today, and there's a lot of tropical moisture building to the south. We look at the satellite down in the Caribbean. The National Hurricane Center says that they're watching this for the possibility of tropical development. Right now, it is not an organized tropical system, but conditions are becoming a little more favorable now. So just in case, the National Hurricane Center has a hurricane hunter on standby, and if they need to, they will send it into that system to see if it's becoming better organized. Regardless, it's going to spread a lot of tropical moisture into our area later today, also into tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. So with all that tropical moisture, we'll see a lot of showers and storms. At least we'll see some sunshine today, but that won't be the case tomorrow. Limited sun, lots of clouds, tropical downpours. That tropical moisture will be on top of us the whole weekend. Perhaps it'll pass by a little bit on Dad's Day, giving us a couple more breaks in the sky. So here's a look at your forecast now. Storms likely this afternoon. Some could be heavy. Stormy downpours Saturday, and perhaps a little better for your Dad Day. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Attention Honda buyers! South Motors Honda must reduce inventory to move excess Hondas. New Civics from $99 a month. Accords $159 a month. All Hondas must go. South Motors Honda, US 1 and Southwest 161st Street.
Quiet, here he comes.
Hey! Hey. What's he doing with the second drumstick?
Eating it?
I didn't get it till Jack left for college, and he's 10.
They didn't have a drumsticks and thighs bucket when you were younger.
Kids now have it so good.
Tell me about it.
Now at KFC, get a 10-piece meal for $13.99. 10 drumsticks and thighs with 2 large sides, 4 biscuits for only $13.99. Bring back dinner at KFC. KFC chicken now has the same great taste you love with 0 grams of trans fat per serving.
Attention Honda buyers! South Motors Honda must reduce inventory to move excess Hondas. New Civics from $99 a month. Accords $159 a month. All Hondas must go. South Motors Honda, US 1 and Southwest 161st Street.